Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, all. Online students, is my voice is loud and clear? Guys, could you please confirm? Okay. So in the last class, we have discussed about the databases and just as a small recap, whatever we have discussed. So database, what is the difference between database versus spreadsheet? What is meant by database schema? What is ER diagram? MySQL installation and introduction to SQL. That is, what is the advantage of SQL? That is to communicate with the databases. What are the database we are having to communicate with the database and data? So as we know, in the Python also, we are having different types of values. To store the different types of values, we require different types of objects. The type of objects are nothing but data types based on the value. The only difference between the Python versus SQL is in the Python it is dynamic, means automatically takes the data type. In the SQL we have to assign the data type. That is the only difference. But for every value, data type will be given. Type of the value based on the type of the value. So similarly, how in the narration based on the number of students, how they are going to allocate the classroom in the same way. Okay, number of students are more means we have to go with the big size classroom. If the number of students are less means we have to go with the small size of classroom. Why? Why we can't go with the big size of classroom for even small number of students means unnecessarily space waste. Instead of that, if you create one more classroom in that, instead of creating a big size classroom, if you create that classroom, what are the space is there into two parts, and if you utilize two classrooms so that you can have one more subject or one more things course, and you can have the more business in terms of. So like that they are going to do. So in this building, different sizes of classrooms are available. Every classroom size is not the same. Why they have created in that way means because based on the student strength, according to that they have to assign the classroom. So same way in the database also, based on the size, based on the value, they have to create the size so that they want to utilize maximum properly. Given space they want to utilize. So to utilize the given space maximum, they have created the data types. And what are the different data types means we are having char, varchar, enum, int, decimal, date, date time, and timestamp. For different types of variables, generally we'll use these other things generally. Apart from this, we are also having the float, or we are also having some other data types which generally will not use. Okay, mostly we'll go with these data types. That too, and constraints not null, default, check, auto increment, and keys are primary key, foreign key, and unique key. Now, once here, two things will be there. First one is in the companies, what happens means either option number one, we are going to create the database and create the tables. Who will create database and who will create the tables in the companies means when the company was started initially. Initially, first only you have started an institute. You are going to get the enquiries. In that enquiries, you have to collect the data. That person is going to create the database. Who initially wants to collect the data and store the data, he will create the database. Generally, 99.99999% of the cases, what happens means as a data analyst or a data scientist, once we have selected means in the company, the data will be already available. Either the company has completed 1 year or 2 years. If the company has recently started also, our work is not to collect the data. Our work is to analyze the data. So generally what happens in the company means, for example, a startup company. Okay, assume that I have started a new company today only. And I have started institute, one institute to assume. Let's take an example. I have started an institute and where I have started some courses and I have hired one of the person. And now these people, what they have to do is enquiries. Some people has to do for the marketing, something they have to do. So once I have started an institute means marketing has to be done first. From there students will come. So students comes means counselors has to be there. They have to discuss with the students. After discussing, trainer has to explain and placement team has to assist the placement. Like this, the things will be there. Now, I'm not having that much of amount to keep the multiple people in the institute. Because I have started today only, I'm not having that much of amount because unless the students joins and they get some money, I can't do anything. This is one way. Assume that already I'm having 20 lakhs with me and I have started the institute. In this case, what happens? Already amount is there now. So I'm going to hire the different people. Assume that I'm not having 20 lakhs. I'm having just only 20,000 or 30,000, but I want to start. In this case, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to have that many people. I will take only one person who are familiar with multiple skills or multiple tools, who are familiar. In one person only, I want everything. So that he only can create the database, he only can analyze the data, he only can do everything. He only can do everything for me, and he only can do as a counselor, he only do for me marketing, all the things. I will write the person who is having marketing is an added advantage in the job description. Like that I'm going to. So here, company to company, it varies. None of the responsibility will be the same in every company. It depends based on their requirement, based on their number of people who are working, and what are the works they have assigned to the different sizes of people. According to that, it will be decided. We can't fix everything is going to be like this only. Okay, unless it is campus recruitment, all of them are freshers, they are going to give the training. That is a different story entirely. But once you have came out of the college and you are applying for the companies directly on from your end, if you are applying, miss, here it is not like on campus placements, selecting and giving the training initially, after that keeping in the projects. It is not like that. Directly on the day one itself, they'll give the project for you. So when they assign the project on the day one itself, generally what happens in the company means the data will be already available inside the database. When the data is already available in the database, creation part will not be done by us. 99% will not be done. But here we should know how to create, how to connect between them. And the database, once we join in the company, the data is already available. Means what they are going to do means the database admin, whoever the admin is there, they are going to give the permissions to access the data. How they'll give the permissions means once you have to share your IP address, your laptop IP address. Once you have given the IP address for them, they are going to connect the IP address with their server, internal server. After connecting with the internal server, they are going to give the permission, and then if it will be reflected, the database now it will be reflected in your laptop. Till that it will not be reflected. So it is going to access based on the IP address. Apart from that laptop, if you try to access from another laptop also, it is not possible, because again, you have to discuss with the team, and the backend team has to connect your computer to the database, and they have to give the permission. Okay, it is not a simple process. So they have to connect your IP address to their server. Then only you can see what are the database admin has given the permissions, those will be visible. Till that, they are not visible to us. So database will be connected to your system based on the IP address. After giving the connection, means your database admin is giving the connection, and once you refresh your laptop, then automatically the database will be visible. Till that, it is not going to be visible. So this will happen generally inside the company. 99.9999% of the cases of data analyst and data scientist. If you are a full stack developer, this first case also possibility is very high. If you are a full stack developer, if you are designing a website, for that website backend, you have to create one database and you have to connect between both of them. There is a high possibility of doing this one. But here you are not a full stack developer. So since you are not a full stack developer, or you are not that role, so that work will not be given to you. Okay. Now, so here we are going to have mainly once we have created. So first, how to create the tables in the database means what are the things we require is ER diagram. First, you have to draw the ER diagram. Okay. If you are creating the first time is ER diagram. If it is already given to also, first you have to observe the ER diagram. I will show you both of them. First one, I'll show you how you have to create. Second one, if they have given to you, how you have to utilize. Both I will discuss with you one by one. Now, once ER diagram is done, that is schema, and you are going to create the schema inside the MySQL, create the tables and connect the tables. And after connecting, later you are going to insert the data. Is the point is clear? So in order to create the multiple tables in the database, first step what we required is we should know what is ER diagram, and ER diagram should be in our hand. Then only we can start creating the tables. Without ER diagram, we can't move one step forward also, because we don't know which table will be connected to which table. So first ER diagram is mandate, followed by data types, followed by constraints and keys. If you know all these things, then we are going to write in terms of creating the tables. Now, guys, just as a small question, did we completed how to create the tables in the last class? Create the tables and give the foreign key, parent table and child table. And I asked to create 4 tables, right? For you as a task I have given to create the 4 tables. So you know the how to create the 4 tables and how to create based on the ER diagram. Everything is clear now. Last class is that one only now. Exclusively create the tables only now. Now, second, here I'm having with me database. Generally, I told you in the company, they are going to give the database connection. Now here, 3 ways are there. One is, yeah, we can already, the table was created means we can modify. That one also we'll discuss in the today's class. Okay, that is complete SQL we'll discuss one by one. Okay. Now, here in the company, either you are going to get, as I've told you earlier, in the company, the data will be either available in the database and they are going to give the connection, or the company people, third option is people will give you the Excel file or CSV file or SQL file. If they have given the Excel file, directly you can load the Excel file in the pandas. You know that one. If they have given the CSV file, you know how to load that one. Read underscore CSV. Excel means read underscore Excel, and you know the how to load. Similarly, SQL files also will be given. Directly SQL file only they will give. SQL file means where the tables are there and the data, what are the multiple tables, how the Excel sheet is there, in the same way SQL. Now, if they have given all these things to us, how to work on this means, let us see here. Example, here I'm having the imdb.sql file. Okay, this is the second option. Option number 2. Option number 1 is you are going to create the table. That is option number 1. Option number 2 is they are going to give the SQL file. Once they have given the SQL file to you, 99%, once again I'm saying, the possibility of this one is 1%. The possibility of giving this one is 0.1%. Okay, they will never give the Excel file, they will never give the CSV file, they will never give the SQL file. 99. So what is the possibility of this one is 99%. I mean 98.9%. Okay, if I take here 1 and here 0.1, 1.1 was completed now, balance 98.9% here. Okay, generally they will not give this one, because if they give this one, security is not there. Data security will be lost. This possibility is not even 0.1. To be more precise, this is the possibility. Okay, still if you add more zeros also not a problem, but you can't decrease because there is no data security. Data was simply leaked to you. You can do anything. You can give it to others also. There is a high possibility you can share it to others. So simply they will not give the Excel sheets or CSV files or SQL files. In these 3 of them, data security will not be there. Because, sir, SQL will be having the data security. No, sir. Database internally security is there, but directly they have given to you means you can even give that same file to others also now. They will load in other laptop now. So 99.99% they will go with this one. What is the reason behind that is only one reason called as security. So whatever the security admin has given to you the permission, only that one you can access, that too in the laptop only you can access. You can't do anything else. You can't share it to others. For example, others ask, show me your data, miss. I can't share the data. Then what we have to do is, sir, for example, the entire table is there now. I can copy the values. Right click will not work. Control C will not work. Then what you have to do, sir, then I will open one Excel sheet and I will type, sir. Okay, then it is okay. Keep your laptop like this, open the table, take another laptop, open Excel sheet and type everything. None of them can do anything. If you are interested 100% to share to others, means options are there, but at least from their end, they are stopping. In my case, I have given the PDFs. I have not given the download option, or I have not given with you edit option. Why? At least I have stopped something. Then once you have copied everything what I have shared into a new Jupyter notebook and you are typing there, and that Jupyter notebook, if you are sharing to your friend, what I can do? At least from my end, I have stopped. Copy paste. At least in the future, what are the codes you are going to say? Are these many codes I can't type. At least you'll say. For example, structured database consists of only 10 rows and 5 columns or something. You can enter the values manually. But if it consists of 1 lakh records, what do you say to your friend? If your friend asks share the data, you will say that or a copy paste option is not working. Or share the file. Or here you can't share. Or then you type everything in the Excel sheet and share it to me. The 1 lakh records I have to type. You only type. You only come. You come to my room and you type and you take. We'll say generally like this, right? None of the person can type that one unless they are having the enough money. So for that data, more amount is there. Then data entry operator will be hide and they are going to enter the data. That is entirely a different one. But 90%, 99% in the entry, they'll ask this question only because of data security. And you also have to say data is more secure. The more words you use technically and you give the more confidence for the company, they'll think that you are very sincere. So this data security, like these words is going to play the important role. Now, for example, if they have given the Excel file or CSV file or SQL file, which I told you the third option, 0.0001% chance now. That one also, if they give, what we have to do generally means, first you have to open here, just write every step because your project is this one only. SQL project. We are going to work on the IMDb. Now you have to work on the project means first you have to load the data. Either I have to create one server and I have to take your IP address and I have to give the connection. I can't do that one. So what I'm going to give is directly SQL data. Sir, now you're sharing now. It will be leaked to outside now. Okay. This is also I have taken from the internet only now. This is not my data, right? Which was extracted from the internet only. It is not my company data. If it is lost means that is not a problem for me. Okay. So it is first you have to open the MySQL command line client, right? In the notes. Step 1. Open MySQL command line client. Step 1. Okay. Step 2. Enter the password. MySQL command line client. Command line client, which is nothing but command prompt. For SQL, it is a command prompt. Here, step 2. Enter the password. Step 2. Enter the password. Okay. After entering the password, now here what you have to do means first step, create a new database. Create database of your choice. What are the database name you want to give? Create one database name. So in my case, I'm creating a database called as SRK. It is saying that SRK is already available. So just don't write this one because I'm dropping the database. In your case, it will not be there now. For you, it is going to be first one. So I'm going to drop the SRK. Okay, dropped. Now, first, what is the first step? Create, write in the notes, create database. What are the database you are interested? Create the database. I'm creating in my case, create database SRK. So database was created. Okay, after creating the database, what is the step number 3? What is the step 1? Open MySQL command line client. Step 2, enter the password. Step 3, create the database SRK. I mean, in my case, SRK. In your case, what are the name? Next, step 4, use SRK. What are the database name is there? Use SRK. Means now you are using that one. Now, what are the commands you are going to write? It is going to apply on this. Now, source. Source means where this particular file is available. Source. And wherever this SQL file is available in your entire system, go to that position and click on the right click properties and copy the path. What are the path you are having? Copy the path. Once you copy the path and paste here, /imdb.sql. Path. First, what is the first step? Source. Source. After paste the path. After pasting the path, imdb.sql. In my case, it is available in the D drive, data science course, something. Wherever it is located, how to see the location means just click on the properties. Here you can see the path, location, copy this one. Whatever the path is available, copy and paste. After pasting, one more slash, imdb.sql. Now, if you observe all this before all to this, here you can see the MySQL this one. Okay. MySQL means this new query you are going to write. Every time if you write a query, it will be completed. Again, for writing a new query, you are going to get like this. Means till this one you are getting now, the previous one is working. If you are not getting this one, means still the previous one is executing. Wait. In the Jupyter notebook, star mark is there. What is the meaning of star? Means previous one is executing. Once the previous cell is completed, only new cell will be executed. If the previous cell is working, how the new cell will work? We have to wait. Similarly, in the same way, here MySQL will be displayed. This word indicates that write the new query. Okay, means old query is completed. Source, and I'm writing the path. After the path, imdb.sql. Now see, it is going to add. In this, multiple tables are there. How many tables? Multiple tables are there, and each table consists of multiple records. One table consists of minimum 3 lakh records. One table consists of 9 lakh records, like that. So it is a huge data, real-time data. It is really of IMDb data. Company's data. Sir, company's data, how you have got, sir? See, in the company, what is the difference between the real-time project versus live project? Real-time project means which has done the real-time application, means earlier in the company it was executed, agreement was completed. For that project, agreement will be there. Na? Every project will be for contract of 2 years or 3 years or 5 years or 10 years. Some contract will be there. Na? Once the contract was completed, we can do anything. Till that contract time, we can't utilize that project outside. That is the terms and conditions in the contract. One agreement will be there. Till this time, we cannot use this data outside. Till this time, this project should not be leaked outside. That contract will be there. Once the contract was completed, you can do whatever you want. Once the agreement time is completed, the agreement is invalid now. Once the agreement is invalid, terms and conditions you may not follow. It is not compulsory to follow the terms and conditions. Once the agreement was completed, time was completed in the agreement. So company's agreement, whatever the time was completed, those projects, it will come outside. Those projects are called as real-time projects, which are really happened, which are going to happen, which will be having. Now, what is live project means? Inside the company, as of today, in my company, one project will be going on now. That project, if I discuss with you, that is called as live project. That project I can't disclose unless I have my own company and I'm having the right to discuss with others, then I can do anything. If I am working from others, for example, I'm working in the TCS, how I can disclose the TCS project to you? If I have discussed, assume, such students are asking, and if live projects are there, you can get more number of students, you can get more business, you can get the more fees. If I want the money only, and if I discuss with you, and if I say that I will give the live projects, whatever is going on in my company, I will discuss with you, and the same data as this, if I give, if my company knows that one, they are going to terminate me within a second. Then what I have to do? Company should not be a problem. At the same time, students also should not have the problem. Then what we have to do is, live project, we have to take the project, but data should not be touched. You have to create your own data. Random data you can create. Similar kind of example. In the company 10 plus 14, they have given the question. Outside you don't discuss 10 plus 14, but you discuss the concept of addition. But don't discuss exactly the same example. Don't leak exactly the same data. Don't discuss exactly the same queries or same code what you have done in the class. I mean, in the company. Similar kind. Take one more example. Infinite examples are there now. These applications are there. Infinite examples will be there. Take any other example and explain. So that students also will understand what happening in the companies as of now. Is the point is clear? So in that way, we are going to learn. Now, what are the projects we are going to discuss in our class now? That type of projects. In that first project is IMDb, which is SQL. Okay. Now, like this, they are going to see. Now, once you end with the MySQL, one more time you have got here MySQL. Now it is loaded. Completely it is loaded. Till that you have to wait. It will take 5 minutes or 10 minutes time. It is clear? So this imdb.sql file will be uploaded for you in the Google Drive, and you can download and you can load. Right? Clear now, everyone? Now, once it is loaded, now you can open the MySQL workbench. Just you can open the MySQL workbench. In this workbench, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, my password. So now, once in the workbench you are having like this. Now here, you can see the, if you refresh, you can see with respect to SRK. Just now we have created, right? That will be available here. Okay. Generally, the company, what they are going to do, take the IP address and they are going to connect. In that case also, it will be visible for you, SRK. Here also SRK is visible. Finally, database is visible. Up to this is common. From here, common, sorry. Till before to this, whether they are going to give based on IP address or they'll give SQL file, that is different. But database will be visible in your laptop. Finally. Now, once the database is visible in your laptop, now you are going to see use SRK. Now you are going to use the SRK. Now SRK will be started. So what are the database you are going to work? Now in this database, so if I open here, tables are there, multiple tables are there. What tables? Actors, directors, director genres, movies, movie directors, movie genres, roles. This is completely related to movies. And IMDb means movie rating. Right? I'm having a database in this way where completely you are having with the multiple tables. Now this is the scenario. Now what we have to do? The moment in the company they have given one database to you and they have given like this. Along with this, they are going to provide you the ER diagram also. The company has to provide you because it was not created by you. It is not created by you now. Someone has created now. Someone has created means they have to draw now. That paper will be there now. That one will be shared to you in the email. They'll share the ER diagram also. Shiva, this is the database schema. They will not use the ER diagram. They'll use the technical word called as, this is the database schema. Representation is called, diagram is called as ER diagram. But they are going to share the schema also. This is the schema. These are the tables are connected. Assume, in my case, I'm not going to share you. I'm not going to share you. The schema I'm not sharing. Sir, schema if not shared, what we have to do is you have to create. What I have to create? Schema, how it is there, you have to understand. How, sir? Just here, what are the tables you are having? Actors, directors, director genres, movies, movie directors. Like this, different tables are there. Na? Open each and every table. Start drawing the diagram. Take one paper. In that paper, first we are going to take the actors. So here, I'm going to take like this. How the ER diagram will be drawn? On the top, we are going to write the table name. After that, what we are going to write? Column names. So just open the column names. What are the column names are there? What are the columns? First ID, first name, last name, and gender. So total 4 columns are there. This is the first table box. Now, okay. After this, what I have told you, after drawing the box, what are the things we have to do is primary key and foreign key. These two are important. Primary key is compulsory. Foreign key is optional. It may be available. It may not be available. If it is not foreign key means it is the parent table. Foreign key is available means it is going to be the child table. So like this, we are going to open and we are going to check in terms of which is the primary key, and we are going to have the primary key in this way. And we are going to draw. This also I have explained in the last class, right? And all these things are completed. And I asked it to draw the ER diagram for this one also. Now, what we are going to do from now, here we are going to select the data. Once the database was given to us, we are going to start selecting the data. Now, before selecting the data, first, as I've told you earlier, I'm going to explain all the different types of commands, though we are not going to use them also. Here we are going to discuss in terms of each and every command. That is nothing but create, first one is table, and create table says. And in the says, I'm going to give the column name along with the data type. So one table was created with one column. Okay. Now I want to do the modification. For example, this is the table, says table. Now says table consists of how many columns? Only one column. I want two columns. One more column I want to add. Should I delete this table and I have to create one more table with the two columns at a time? Is no need. For that, alter. Next command is called as alter table says. Means you are modifying the says table. In that, what you are going to do the alteration is called as add column, which is nothing but date of purchase, which is date format. So now what happened? It is going to add a new column. So this is called as creation. This is called as alteration. Any modification you are going to do, it comes under alter. In that, here two words will be there, either add or modify. Two things will come within the alter. Inside the alter, again, either add will be there or modify will be there. Add means it will add the column. Modify means it will modify the data type. For example, you have given a wrong data type. Later you want to modify the data type. Modify. You don't need to delete the entire table. Once the table was created, you can do any modification, which is called as alter. Alter table says add column, date of purchase, which is date. Like this, you are going to add one more column. Next, drop. Drop means it is going to drop the entire table. Table will be dropped. Means table is dropped. Inside that values, what are the values are there? Everything is dropped. Columns are dropped, values are dropped. Table only will not be visible. Table not there means columns will be there. No. So columns will not be there, values will not be there, nothing will be visible. Next, from there, we are having in terms of next one called as rename. Rename table customers to customers data. So you are going to modify the what are the table customers is there. That one you are going to change as customers data. Rename is used to rename. Okay. So rename table customers to customers data. So it will rename the customers data. Next one is truncate. Truncate table customers. What is the meaning of truncate table customers? Means instead of deleting the entire table to drop, we can remove its data and continue the table as an object in the database. Means columns will be as is, data will be removed. Columns will be as is, but internally data will not be there. Empty table. A empty table with the columns. Values are not there. Values are deleted. All the values. Simply list dot clear. But list object will be available with empty. Object will be available, but it is empty. Similarly, table is available, but it is empty. Table is available means obviously column should be available. Without column, how it is called as table? When it is called as table means at least one column is there only, it is called as table. So table will be there, values will not be there. That is called as truncate. So total 5 commands we have discussed. What are the 5 commands? First one is called as create. Either you can create the database or you can create the table. Two things. Second one is alter. You can do the modifications. Third, we have discussed in terms of drop. That is, you are going to drop the entire table or you are going to drop the entire database also. Database is dropped means all the tables will be dropped. Nothing will be available. Next one is a rename. Next one is we are having is truncate. So these 5 commands comes under DDL, data definition language. DDL, data definition language. These 5 commands. I think in the previous class you have taken different languages and inside that what are the commands. Next, we are going to have the next one called as DML, that is data manipulation language. First, let us complete the remaining languages and finally we'll enter into the DQL. That is only important for us. Our entire project is on DQL. Means once the database was given, what we are going to do is only our project. That is select. Okay. Now, so next one is called as insert. Data manipulation language. So let us enter into the next one called as data manipulation language. In the data manipulation language, we are going to do three things. What are the three? One is called as insert. Either we are going to add the data or we are going to replace the data. Insert. So simple words, we have to use the simple words means add, replace and delete. Basically these are the simple words, but as per the SQL commands, add means nothing but insert. Insert means adding the data. You are adding the data. And replace means nothing but update. You are going to use the update command, which is used to replace the data for replacing purpose. Replacing the data, either value or anything. Next one is delete. Delete is the same command which is used to delete the data. Use it to add the data, use it to replace the data, use it to delete the data. Three things. Is the points are clear for everyone? Insert, update and delete. Now let us see how to write the queries for these three. For example, I'm having the sales table. Table name is sales. In the sales table, I want to add. So insert into sales. And where I'm going to give the purchase number, comma, date of purchase. These are the two column names. And values are 1, 2017, 10, 11. That is year, month and date format. So I'm just trying to insert this. Now, what is the syntax? Syntax for insert. Insert. Whenever you are going to use insert, insert into 100% you have to write insert into and table name. What are the table name you are having? Write the table name. Table name. And in the table name, you have to add the column names. Sir, why we have to add the column names? If you don't add the column names, what happens means it is going to take as a positional arguments. Do you remember the keyword arguments in the Python? What is keyword arguments? We are going to assign the key and the value. Key and the value. So here, what I'm going to do means, for example, let's take an example like this. I have created serial number and first name, last name, and number of complaints. Assume these are the four columns are there. Out of which, for serial number, I have given the auto increment. For number of complaints, I have given the default as 0 constraint. Means what is the meaning? If I don't give, automatically you take the 0. If I don't give anything for the serial number, you take automatically the next number. That is the meaning basically. Now here what I'm going to do means, I'm going to write first name. Okay, first name, comma, last name. In this example. For this example, whatever you are seeing on the board, for this example, I'm saying, what are the first name and last name columns are there? For these columns, insert the values. What is the values you have to insert means? First name is SRK and second name is P. Last name is P. Assume this is the one. And query was ended. Now, it is going to take for the first name SRK, positional argument. Means for that one, this one will be selected. Automatically, it is going to select SRK in this position. P will be selected in this position. Now, automatically what happens about the number of complaints? It is going to take 0. What about the serial number means 1. For that, I no need to insert. Without inserting, automatically it takes. For example, here I have taken in terms of number of complaints, I have added. Now, next example, I have taken here number of complaints. But here I have given only 2 values. Then also it is going to happen in the same way. Now, for example, I have given 3 values. Now, in this case, what happens is, first one will be SRK, second one will be the P, and number of complaints will be set as 2. So, because it is a default argument, how to call a function? Do you remember? While calling the function, if the function was created with 2 compulsory argument, 1 default argument, how to call that function? While calling, you have to fill the 2 values compulsory. 1 value you may give, you may not give. Same way. This function, this table was created with 2 compulsory columns, 1 column of optional, default. While calling, you may call with the 2 values, you may call with the 3 values. Third value is not there means default it will take. For example, third value is there means what are the value you have inserted, it will assign that value in the same way. Is the point is clear now? This is the default argument. Simply it is called as default argument. In the functions, we call it as argument. Here we call it as default column or default field. Don't use the word called as column, field, technical word field. So it is a default field. So for default field, you don't need to fill the value. Automatically takes. Like this you are going to have. For example, here you have taken the last name, comma, first name. In the same example, last name, comma, first name, comma, number of complaints, and you have given like this. Now tell me how this data will be inserted in this case. See, serial number auto increment is there. So 1 it will take. Now last name what? Last name will be SRK. What is the first name? P. P will be this one. Number of complaints is going to be 2. So positional arguments. It is going to assign the first name to SRK, last name to SRK automatically in the same order. Is the point is clear? Everyone. So how in the Python we are having the positional arguments and default arguments same way. Now next query we are going to add the one more column, one more row. So I'm writing insert into the table values like this. So two records are added. Like this you can add the multiple records. One after one after one after one, you can add multiple. So for example, I want to add the multiple. So here you are going to take this one, comma, again values, second row, comma, third row, add the fourth row. Like that, once you entered all the rows, finally after entering, you execute the semicolon like this. Then how many rows are there? All the rows will be added at a time. If you want to add a single row, you can add. If you want to add multiple rows also, you can add. At a time, you can add the multiple rows. You can add a single row. If you keep here, semicolon here, what is the meaning? Means query was ended with one row. If you keep comma, what is the meaning of comma? Means you are having one more row. Add one more row by keeping the values. Values, this time you write what are the values. And once you completed the values, now semicolon you are keeping now here. Now how many rows will be added? Means 2 rows. If you're not keeping the semicolon here, and you are keeping like this, then it is going to add the single row. So like that, you are going to add the rows, multiple rows. Sir, for example, I want to add the multiple rows like this, that one, this one, something is running in your mind. Sir, it will automatically add means how SQL knows what you are thinking in your mind. Your mind and SQL are connected to each other. Whatever is there in your mind, the moment you think like this, it has to be displayed there means no. You have to write the query only. Without writing the query, how the data will be inserted? Sir, I'm thinking like this. I'm thinking like this means your think that how it will know. According to that, your think, you have to write the query. What you are thinking, that query you have to write. Then it will understand. Okay, this person is thinking like this. Right? Next one is after insert, we are going to have the update. Means already the data is available. We want to update. How we are going to update means update says, that is table name. Set. Whenever you are using update, set is compulsory. Set date of purchase is equal to new value, where purchase number is equal to 1. This is condition where purchase number is equal to 1. Why purchase number only selected? Why we can't select any other column? Why purchase number only? Because purchase number is the primary key. Once it is a primary key, it cannot have the null values. It cannot have the duplicates. So every record is going to be unique. Every record is going to be unique. So when every record is going to be unique, there is no possibility. So directly you are simply working on the indexing. Literally you are working on the indexing. Now indexing numbers cannot be repeated now. There is no possibility of that. So directly you are going to select where purchase number is equal to 1 means purchase number 1 row will be selected. In that, it is going to set the date of purchase as the new value. So old value will be replaced with the new value like this in the table. Okay, this entire PPT will be uploaded in your drive as it is. So you can execute the queries and you can try. Okay. And first, are we going to work all these queries in the means practically? Are we going to do means? Yes, 100% we are going to do practically. I'll show you everything, how to insert the data, how to delete the data, how to modify the data. Everything we'll discuss. Apart from that, we are going to discuss majorly how if the data is already given to us, what we have to do. That is majorly, and there we'll focus more also in the entire SQL. Once you know how to select the data from the database, from there, next step onwards, actual data analytics will start. That is data cleaning, analyzing, and presenting. From there, your actual, what are the course you have reached or not, that things will start from there. Once you collect the data, data has to be collected first. So database will be given initially, collect the data, play the game. What are the things in your mind? Now your IQ levels are important. One person will think that I am intelligent. Now intelligence will come out automatically. Every intelligence will come. How they are thinking, in what way they are thinking, what are the permutations? Sir, I can do like this now, I can do that one now, I can do this one now. Your thoughts will be there now. Every thought is one question. For every one question, one answer will come. For every one answer, one observation will be there. Whether it is a good observation or bad observation will be decided later. But one output will come. Your ideas only, your observations, your way of thinking. Right? Now, so update says is clear now. Next, coming to the next one called as delete. Yeah, Vaibhav. Vaibhav is raising the hand. Vaibhav, could you type your question? If you are having any question, could you type? Yeah, update. One more time, update. Okay. So update sales is the table name. Sales is means you are having the table like this. This is the previous table. This is the previous table. Let us take this one. This is the previous table. From here to here, it is the previous table. Don't see the query. This is the previous table. Now I want to replace this one. This value has to be replaced. Don't see the SQL query. I'm removing the SQL query. Just 1 minute. Nothing is there. Only table is there. Now in this table, you want to replace this value. What are the value here is there? It was to be replaced. This value has to be replaced. Now first, how to select this value? First step, how to select that value is where purchase number is equal to 1. Where is the condition? By writing the condition, we are selecting that column, that particular value. Where purchase number is 1 means you have entered into that particular row. That row was selected first. In that row, what column you want? Date of purchase. In that entire row, you want to replace all the values or you want to replace a single value? Single value. Then date of purchase. Date of purchase is equal to, what is the new value you want to replace? I want to replace with 2017, 11 and 11. This is the new value. Okay. So it has to be replaced. Replace means what we have to write? Update. In which table it has to be done? Sales table. If multiple tables are there, which table means sales table. In that date of purchase, it has to update like this. So I'm going to set. Set means it is going to set the new value. Is the point is clear now? First, it is selecting the row. In that row, particular column. And in that column, it is replacing the value. This column, this value will be selected by selecting the row and column. Is clear, right? Next, we are moving on to the delete. Now, delete from sales. Delete from sales where purchase number is equal to 1 means this row will be deleted. What are this row you are having? This row will be deleted. Which is purchase number is equal to 1. Delete from sales where purchase number is equal to 1. Sir, if I want to delete multiple records, we'll discuss. Because you should know the between, you should know with respect to range, some things are there. We'll discuss one by one. So like this, we are going to delete a single record. If you want to delete a single record, right? Next, we are going to then is clear now. Insert After that update means set. Whenever you are using the insert, compulsory what we have to use? Insert into. And after insert into table, what are the table? We have to use values. Insert table values. Values what is compulsory? Insert into. Whenever you are using the update, we have to use update, table name, table, and we have to use the set. Update, wherever the update comes, set will come. Whenever the delete is there, delete. Whenever the delete word comes, delete from will come. From table, and after the table, you are going to write the condition. Condition is nothing but where. Wherever the word condition comes in the SQL, you have to think where. Where means it identifies. Based on the condition, it will select the data. Okay. So delete from. So delete from is the both combination, update with set and insert into. Along with the insert, into is compulsory. Update means set is compulsory. Delete means from is compulsory. Is the point is clear? 3 commands are clear now. Next, we are moving on to the next command called as, next language called as DCL. That is data control language. Means where the admin is going to give the permissions and revoke the permissions. This will be done by the admin, not by you. Only admin, that too in the server. In the server, they are going to write this query, not in the normal database. Within the server, they are going to write this query and they are going to give the permissions. So in a team, multiple people will work. In a company, in a company, for example, entire TCS, 1,000 people are working in a single campus. All the 1,000 people will be accessed with all the databases means no. One team will work on one project. For that, what are the databases required? Only that will be given the permission. By other databases, they will give the permission. Though I am working in the TCS also, I may not get the all the database access. Which are the project we are working, only that particular database access only they will give. As I have told you earlier, data security is more important for the company. Okay, data should not be leaked outside. Sir, multiple times you will use the word data security, data security, data security. What is this importance, sir? Means you will understand the importance of data security. One minute. What is this? Yeah, just 1 minute, guys. Online students. పవన్ ఒకసారి రావా, ఇది స్క్రీన్ ఇబ్బంది అయింది. 401. Yeah, online students, just wait for 1 minute. Here some kind of technical glitch. Okay, done. So in the company, they are going to give the limited access to the limited users. Now, these are the users only we have to give the permission, not for anyone else. Setting. Okay. Now, next grant. What is meant by grant means we are going to grant the permission. Grant is the keyword. Grant type of permission. What is the type of permission means we are having two types of permission called as complete and partial. If you give the complete permission means what is the meaning of complete means where they are having the option to edit means they can replace the value. That is DML language will work. Insert, delete, update. 3 commands are there na? Those 3 commands will work. In the database, if it is working 3 commands means you are having the option for complete. If those 3 options are not there means you are not having the complete one. It is partial. You can see only. You can collect the data, but you can't do the modifications. Like your Google Drive. The Google Drive, what are the permission I have given is partial. You cannot add the data. You cannot replace the data. You cannot delete the data. None of the 3 things you can do. Data manipulation only you cannot do in my Google Drive. Same way in the database. So they are going to remove the data manipulation means the option for doing the manipulation, and this is called as partial. 99% of the cases they'll give the partial only. Only to the team leads who are responsible for that particular data, they are going to give the permission for them, the complete permission. Meet juniors and every person, other people they are going to give only partial. So grant type of permission on the database with the username along with the local host. So local host ID and what are the username is there, based on that they are going to give the permission accordingly. And this will be done based on your IP address. So big companies and corporates don't use this type of servers. They use as database on external and more powerful servers. They are going to create some kind of servers, and their internal servers will be there. Internal servers, they are going to connect to the IP address. 90% of the cases, again, many companies, what they'll do means they will only provide their laptop. When it is a more secure data, 100%, 100 out of 100%, they'll not even give the option for us to work on our laptop also. Because if they give the permission to your laptop, some additional possibility of leakage is there. So that is the reason they'll not give. So they will give their own laptop, and IP address also will be locked. And that particular systems will be less possibility of hacking. For example, if you take your laptop to your friend's room, in this database is there, but I don't know how to select. You only select whatever you want. I'm giving my laptop and I'm opening it. You do whatever you want. For example, you know your friend knows some tricks, cheap tricks to collect the data. He is going to apply. He will change the IP address and he will do that one, this one, and he will try to extract the data. But in the company's laptop, we cannot apply the cheap tricks also. If you try to apply also, immediately they'll know. Next day morning, it will be terminated. They'll not give that much of time also. Next day morning also they'll not give. The moment they understand that, immediately you'll get a call within 2 minutes only. They'll not give next time also, not even that much of time. In 2 minutes only, you'll get one message that you are trying to access the data outside somewhere. We understood. So simply surrender your laptop immediately. And we are terminating you with immediate effect as per the terms and conditions of bond number in the agreement, condition number 12. They'll send one WhatsApp message. They'll not even call also. If you call also, they'll not lift. After seeing that message also, if you still try now, they will say that rule number 16, we are going with the legal, and police department is going to come to your house. Be ready for that. As per the rule number 16, they will send one more message. Right? So nothing wrong should be done. Because we don't know what are the, if you read the terms and conditions properly, okay. In a flow, you have kept one signature miss, they will play the game. Okay. Now, so like this, they are going to grant the permissions, and from there, database administrators, people who has complete rights to the database, they can grant the access to the users, and they can also revoke it. Who will have the complete rights means generally database admins will have the rights. In a company, database admin will be there. He will only have the rights. And he will revoke the permissions also. How he is going to give the permissions? In the same way, they are going to revoke. Revoke means cancel the permission. Means once you leave the company, they are going to remove the permissions. Whether it is in your laptop or their laptop, everything, they are going to remove the permissions. Revoke the type of permission. What are the permission they have given to you? What are the database? Everything they have given. Simply the same query, as it is the same query. Instead of writing the word called as grant, they are going to write the word called as revoke. Right? Now, next one is called as TCL, Transaction Control Language. Now, whatever the changes you are making in the database is saved automatically. Okay? Not every save, not every change you make to the database is saved automatically. Not every. Now, what is the meaning of this? Let's see. For example, database, one of the person is there and 4 people are connected to that laptop. 4 people are connected to the database. Means in a team, 4 members we are working. Out of, in the team, one of the person, he felt it is a wrong value and he want to replace that wrong value. Okay. How many people are working in the team? 4 people. Out of, one person has felt it is a wrong value and his work is data cleaning only. And he want to replace that value. For example, he want to replace the last name of the 4th customer from Winfield to Johnson. Means this one. Now, what is the query we have to write? What is the update? Table name. What is the table name? Customers. Update customers. Set. What after set? What we have to write? Last name is equal to what name you want to replace? Johnson. Last name is equal to Johnson. Where customer ID is equal to 4. Exactly. That is the code. So update customers. Set last name is equal to Johnson. Where customer ID is equal to 4 means this value, earlier it is Winfield. In this position, Winfield will be there. It will be replaced with the Johnson. Now it is going to have the Johnson. Right? It is going to replace. Fine. It is replaced. Now, total how many are working in the database? 4 members. But who has done this one? One of the person has done the replace. Now, since one of the person has done, the problem is in his laptop it will be visible, but others' laptop it will not be reflected. In others, it will not be reflected. What are the modifications you are doing in your laptop? It will be impacted only in your laptop. For example, I'm sharing you the IMDb data set. In the IMDb, you are doing something modifications. It will be impacted on others' laptop? No, because you both are not connected. Your systems are not connected to each other. For example, whenever the systems are connected, when you are working in a team, only this person laptop, what are the database is there, it was replaced. But others users, remaining users, 3 users are there now. Those 3 users still it will be reflected as Winfield. Then what we have to do means we have to share this one to the admin. Then admin is going to write this query. Along with this query, they'll write the commit also. Normal users will write up to here only, but admin will write the commit. Now, once it is commit means it is modified. Now all the users also will have the Johnson only. Main person will have Johnson only. Remaining 3 users who are sitting now, they'll also have the new data only, updated data. Just only one thing they have to do is refresh. The moment update is completed, immediately refresh. Then automatically the new values will be visible for the remaining 3 people. This is nothing but commit. Similarly, rollback. What is meant by rollback means you are coming back, one step back. One step back you can come. So allows you to undo any changes you have made but don't want to save permanently. You don't want to save them permanently, then it is going to be the rollback. You're going to add the rollback. So commit and rollback comes under Transaction Control Language, TCL. Okay, now everyone, could you confirm me? We have discussed all these commands. So we have seen with respect to the data types, constraints, all these things now. Did we completed the commands? Create, alter, drop, rename, truncate, insert, accept this one, accept which is in the green color, insert, update, delete, grant, revoke, commit, and rollback. All these words, all these whatever you are having, I have explained for you the languages, commands, and theoretical means how it is going to work and how the syntax would be there. But I have not executed in the SQL. So that we are going to do in the tomorrow's class. I will write all the queries and let us execute each and every query. Not only this, create your own example, some data. In that you add some data. Later you only think in your mind, I want to replace this one, what I have to do. I want this one, what I have to do. I want this one, what we have to do. Think in your data set only. If you want to add a new column, how to add? Already the table is available, in that already the values are available, everything is available. Now how to add a new column? Already existing column, how to remove? Like this, think about the questions, and that questions whatever you are writing. If you remember in the pandas, structured data, one table. In that one table, what are the things we have done is, first one is called as create the table, data frame by using the series and data frames. After that, we have discussed select, that is by using lock, iLock and conditions. And later from there, we have discussed about the manipulation, that is adding, replacing and deleting in the pandas. Followed by fourth one we have done is operations. Using that pandas, what are the structured data is there, what we can do with that. Same thing we are going to do in the database. Next, now coming to the next query. See, here I'm going to create the database and everything now. Now what I'm going to do, here I'm going to have the connection with the Python. Once the database was given to me, earlier if you remember, I told you that if you learn the pandas, SQL is one day. Do you remember that one? Why I have told you that one means, the reason behind that is, what are the database was given to me, generally my work is select command. I want to select the data because as a data analyst, I have to extract the data based on my requirement. For example, I want to analyze how many movies has released in the year of 2002. That is my question. For that question, I have to write the query. How many movies has released between the 2002 to 2010? How many movies IMDb has given the rating more than 9? Or within the IMDb, what is the highest rating? Which movie has got the highest rating? And which movie has got the lowest rating? These are all the questions. For one question, one query. And from that, what are the observations you have made? From that, you are going to make a report, which we are going to cover in the tomorrow's class. Tomorrow's class is practical part of SQL, theoretical, and you have seen the queries, everything. And in the practical, you have seen only as of now, create tables only. Now in the tomorrow's class, completely practical oriented by taking the one project called as this IMDb, and that project we are going to execute. Okay, we are going to write the various queries as per our requirements. First, let us focus on if the data was given to us, what we have to do. And let us complete all these things, and easiness also. In the easiness, I'm going to show you the how to connect this SQL to the Python and how you can do in the pandas even. All these things we are going to cover in the tomorrow's class. Tomorrow's class is most important class for you, especially on the day one of the company. What we have to do exactly in the company on the day one, when they give the database to you, what exactly you have to do, that is going to be the tomorrow's class. Exactly. Okay, now? So tomorrow we'll continue from here. Just practice whatever we have discussed and recollect whatever we have completed within the SQL. And tomorrow and day after tomorrow, next 2 to 3 days, I mean, by end of this week, we'll complete the SQL, and we'll see within, based on that, we are going to have one more project also. And I'm going to give it to you. We'll discuss in detail whatever the syllabus copy is there. SQL's entire syllabus copy in the sequential order, everything will be completed. After completing SQL, you can open the syllabus copy and cross check. If anything is missing, we'll discuss. Right? Yes. Now, just to give me 1 minute of time. Now itself, I'm going to upload the entire notes, whatever I have discussed, along with the IMDb SQL file. Now itself, I'm going to upload just in 1 minute. Yeah. Just 1 minute. Yeah. Others, sir, please provide the lot of questions on SQL on whatever you teach, so that we can practice it and make SQL good. 100%. Tomorrow, if possible, today only I'll share you some task based on the SQL. But my task, what are the SQL tasks are there now? In that task, select command is also included. If I share some commands, some questions you can do now, some questions I have to keep them in the order, proper order. But after tomorrow's class, miss, I can share entire PDF. I mean, entire things directly. You can write the queries. If I share it today, in that some of them will be select command based. Again, you will be bit confused. So just revise today and make sure that you are practicing on your own today, whatever you can do. And I'm going to share the entire notes and all these things. Revise everything. And tomorrow, once our class is completed, immediately I will share you the task also. Multiple questions. Around 40 questions will be shared. Then once you practice all those 40 questions, automatically you'll be good at the SQL. Done. Yes. If no questions, you can leave. Just I'm going to add the SQL. Just 1 minute. I'm going to add now itself. Others, you can leave. If no questions, you can leave. I'm adding the SQL files one by one. Yeah, done guys. I have uploaded imdb.sql file and everything. Just you can cross check once.